All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we like to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening, learning, to the Bayasha Debadat, the House of David. All right, this is Men of Valor, Las Vegas Camp, coming to you through the will and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, but without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into these prophecies. Salaki, if the camera cuts off, having battery issues and troubles today, but through the will and power of Yahweh Shem Shai is edifying, and we do what we have to do. All right, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
This First Corinthians started at 9:24. Know ye not that they which run in a race, Shalaki, let me read that again. None ye not that which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize.
God, so it's you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, are the true children of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, who the world English calls God and Jesus Christ, okay? And the men who are out here on the highways and byways, all right, are running a race, all right? We're running a race towards salvation, all right? Asking Yahweh Shai to have mercy on us, that we, we be those men, all right? To run this race and to give all honor and glory and praise unto him, to go through these trials for the tribulations that are at hand. All right, you're seeing more pestilence gear up. You're seeing Ralph Lauren. All right, you're seeing the Jungle Bumps. Okay, you got Crown, Icky Vicky. So many pestilence.
They just dismissed the Crown Royale.
Right.
You know? They just dismissed it. So now they're going back on their own word.
God, hey,
right.
It was dire that you needed that jump shot. All right, it was imperative. It was imperative that you needed it. All right, you lost jobs, you lost homes, you lost businesses and everything. You had to give away your whole clientele. All right, you small businesses gave away your whole clientele. Why? Because of this jump shot. All right, but you don't know. That's the problem. Salakia, go ahead.
So run that ye may obtain. 25. And every man.
God, so run that ye may obtain. All right, we're running this race, and we're running so that we may obtain the salvation of Yahweh Shai. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're the only one who are able to receive the salvation. And it's ultimately only the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, pursuant to the book of Zechariah, chapter 13, verses 8 and 9. All right, it'll tell you 2/3 will be cut off and die. 2/3 of the nation of Israel for being idolaters. All right, for being adulterous, all right, for being backsliding, backstabbing, weak-hearted, effeminate bitches. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is not dealing with you heathen heathen-minded Israelites. All right, you have law, statutes, and commandments and orders to live by to make you better. All right, he said in the book Salakit, in the book of Exodus, chapter 19, he said that you are a special, peculiar treasure unto him. All right? Special, peculiar treasure above all people. All right? All people of the earth. All right? So Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is your power. He doesn't belong to any other nation. He belongs to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and only because he chose us. We did not choose him. All right?
And like in the movie Spider-Man, you know, what did Uncle what's his name?
Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben say, you know, he said with great power comes with great responsibility.
Right.
Now, to get this spiritual power on this side, all right, the one that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to bless his people with, all right, his elect, all right, to be exact, all right, you have to know the responsibility.
God.
Right, because Yahweh Shai knew the responsibility that came with it. That's why he could have messed them Romans up if he wanted to.
God. Hey.
He could have really got in and tore their asses up if that's really what he wanted to do. But he took the low seat for prophecy's sake.
God.
Okay, at the end of the day, he took the low seat for prophecy's sake to move for a prophecy.
God.
All right, because he was that lamb, that sacrificial lamb.
That lamb without blemish.
Right.
All right. Hey, and this is these are the instruction guides, all right, to receiving that power. This is the first step to your power. first step to your power is bowing down and humbling yourself and acknowledging that you ain't shit. All right? You ain't shit, Jake. All right? If we be the salt of the earth, all right, and Yahweh Bashim Yahushai chose us to be a special, peculiar treasure unto himself, okay? How much more are you in this estate? You ain't shit, Jake. All right? And you other nations ain't shit either. All right? But definitely right now, hey, you Israelites are more filthy than the heathen.
Right.
All right?
Knowing that Israelites are scattered across the world. All right, so you can look like these other nations. All right, but some in particular, you know, stands out about you.
God.
That's why you feel the wrath by the government officials.
God.
Okay, at the end of the day, you are outcasted. All right, the spirit bear witness. Okay, I got a precept. This is Proverbs 1:7. It says, actually, I'm gonna start at 6. It says, to understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. The fear of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
Hey, fools despise the wisdom and instruction of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai because they want to live after their own lusts. All right, they want to what is that? I forgot that movie, but where basically, you know, Halle Berry, Monsters Ball, where she said, "Just make me feel good, make me feel." All right, and he already gave you the directions and the account and the accuracy how to act. All right, how to present yourself. Okay, what you need to be and who you need to be. All right.
Right. That's the responsibility that, you know, not us being you know, so-called judges, you know, of this world to come, of the kingdom to come, you know, Lord willing, we be those men. But of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, that's that responsibility. And that's why so many of you people, you know, turn your backs to it. Because y'all scared.
God.
All right. The majority of Jake, you know, the Israelites, you know, are afraid to take hold of that responsibility. You either think you're not worthy enough, all right, or you think that it's not capable of you, all right, and that's the mindset you need to change. All right, this is a kingdom mindset that you need to instill inside these earthly bodies for when, and that's the elect that's going to be translated into.
God, I got it free actually. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8 and verse 5, and it reads, "Thou shalt also consider in thy heart that as a man chasteneth his son, so Yahweh thy power chasteneth thee." All right, so Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to chasten you for your disobedience. All right, because he wants you to get right. All right, 2/3 of the nation of Israel is going to get chastened. Hey, guess what? You'll be chastened to death. All right, you'll receive those ICBM missiles. All right, you can laugh and scoff and mock all you want to. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai don't give a fuck about what you think. Okay, he cares about his order and his word. All right, his word told you to do something and you don't want to comply, then you die. You comply, all right, and then you'll see salvation. Abaratazah, we are those men. Okay? God.
First, going back to 1 Corinthians 9:25, and every man that striveth for the mystery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we in an incorruptible.
No, they do it to receive a corruptible crown. All right, they do it for the fashions of this world. They do it to be praised among men. All right, they do it to have the riches of this world. All right, we do it for the riches of the kingdom. All right, for the riches to say, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai had mercy on me. All right, that we may be counted worthy. All right, we get that white stone of exemption. All right, and not sit here in these fucking black stones. All right, as they call you a so-called black man. All right, not being therefore void of light, void of understanding, negative. All right, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to clear and make us pure white as snow. All right, the nation of Israel. But first and foremost, starting with the 1/3 of the nation of Israel. Okay, the 2/3. Hey, once again, you're not gonna comply, then you will die, excluding none. Mother, father, child, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, grandpa, newborn, doesn't matter. Everybody can get it. All right, you disobedient fucks.
I got some. Hebrews 12:6. This is Romans 8:16. It says, I'm gonna read down to about 19. It says, the Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. And if the children, then heirs, heirs of God, Yahweh, and joint heirs with Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may be glorified together.
God, that we may be glorified together. All right, we have to suffer with Yahweh Shai. We have to go through the same Salakia. We can't go through the same exact thing as Yahweh Shai did. All right, but we have to walk in a similitude of Yahweh Shai. All right, because we are lambs with blemish. All right, we are lambs with blemish.
Right.
All right, Abaratazah, we be those men counted worthy. So once again we get that exemption.
It says, in scriptures that our sins are as filthy rags.
God.
All right, hey, and to continue on is what is the glory? All right, that glory is the power, the same power that Yahweh Shai was given. All right, and what was given to Yahweh Shai? All right, the power of all the earth. Okay, so we are to receive that same power. Okay, all right, and that's the beautiful thing about it. All right, everything in this world, Babylon the Great, primarily for the slaves encompassing it. Okay, the power, over the dominion of each and every heathen nation, was given to the Israelites.
God. Right? Hey, and I'm going to bring out, this is another place where it is. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14 and verse 2. And it reads, for thou art a holy people unto thee, Yahweh, thy power. And Yahweh hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people to himself above all nations that are upon the earth. All right, that are upon the earth, a special, peculiar treasure of people, a nation above all. Period. All right, period. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and prove that. Somebody go to Romans 9, just so we know who we're talking about. All right, and then we'll move on.
Romans 8 right now.
God.
So Romans 9 is 7.
I'm right here.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah, I'm here. If you got it ready.
Okay.
Start at 3.
Yeah.
Or start at 2.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Romans 9 and 2. That I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were excused from the Mashiach from my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh.
My brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh. Salakia. So my brethren, my brothers, my kinsmen, kin, all right, kinsmen, according to the flesh. All right, so we're after the same seed. All right, that bloodline, same seed. Okay, go ahead.
Who are Israelites.
Who are Israelites.
To whom pertain the adoption and the glory and the covenants and giving of the law and the surface of the power and the promises.
So who gets everything? All right, to sum it up, who gets everything? Who this book is written for? All right, who Yahweh sent Yahweh Shai, all right, to deliver out of Egypt. All right, who he's sending to deliver us out of this hell again. All right, it is the chosen seed, the seed line. All right, the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right.
We could back that up with Psalms 149.
God.
Second, yes, right here. Psalms, Psalms 147 and verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shad.
Hey, so if he hasn't dealt so with any other nation, all right, he's only dealt with who? Israel. Who can he teach but the ones he's already dealt with? And the only people that he dealt with, that he gave laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
All right?
And these is all, in a worldly terms, filibusters to that John 3:16. Okay? Going in, and you can even pull Amos 3:1. You know? Going into that the world isn't talking about the whole world of this earth. It's talking about the whole world of Israel. Okay? And that nobody else matters. All right? You check out Second Esdras, 6.
Hey, this is just as you have many worlds, sports world, the world of music. All right, you have all these similitudes of worlds. All right, what Yahweh Shai can't speak in parables? He tells you he speaks in parables.
Right.
All right, why speaketh to thou in parables? Because it is given to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
That's why he put the rest of the nation, in a dark slumber, because the only people that could get it is the Israelites to begin with. All right, but he put the rest of Israel in a dark slumber, as it says in what's that? First Thessalonians, ye are of the dark. All right, or ye are of the light.
Ye are children of the light, not of
the
dark.
The children of the light is the people that can receive this truth.
God.
All right, the light is a similitude to this truth. Okay, so if you hear this word, you got that responsibility that we've been talking about. All right, you got that responsibility and duty to go and blow the trumpet. All right.
Matter of fact, I gotta back you up. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 23, and it reads, "Be glad then, ye children of Zion, and rejoice in Yahweh your power, for he hath given you the former rain moderately, and he will cause to come down from you the rain, the former rain and the latter rain in the first month." All right, so I read that because Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to return unto us again. All right, put us in memory. All right, he's going to help us remember who we are and whose we are. All right, and to know and understand what season that we are in. All right, it's about high time to wake for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the rest of the world secondary. All right, the rest of the world to know that, hey, destruction, death, and famine is coming. All right, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the power of Israel is coming back, and he's coming to cast judgment. He's coming to cast judgment on 2/3 of his own people first and foremost. All right, he must start in his house first, but the rest of you other fucking wicked nations. All right, and America, the lands of America, the lands of AKA Sodom and Gomorrah, AKA Babylon, AKA Egypt, will be destroyed by thermonuclear fucking fire. All right, whether you believe it, receive it, or not.
To the book of Revelation. All right, America's Babylon the Great. It is the lake of fire. Okay, so how are you gonna receive salvation out of it? That's what you need to be asking yourself. All right, for this wickedness has exceedingly polluted the earth and has reached up into the heavens. Okay, I got a precept to back you up real quick. This is 2 Peter 3:1. It says, "This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you in both, which I stir up your pure minds by the way of remembrance, that ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and of the commandment of us, the apostles of the Lord and Savior."
God. Hey, so Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is bringing us into remembrance of who we are. All right. And what it is we need to do for him. All right. It is only 1/3 of the nation of Israel who's truly going to receive that. All right. Matter of fact, I'm going to drop down to Joel. I'm going to go Joel chapter 2, verse 12. Therefore also know, saith Yahweh, turn ye even to me with all your heart and with fasting and with weeping and with mourning. All right. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua said, turn your heart, turn your mind. All right. Come out of the way of Babylon. All right. AKA Sodom and Gomorrah, AKA Egypt, AKA Rome 2.0, America. All right. You can't follow after this bitch. All right. She's defiled. She's filthy. All right. Such as if you had a daughter and she turned out to be a hoe. All right. You would be disappointed in her. All right. Same thing. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is disappointed in his people in this land. All right. Because they're acting like a bunch of fucking harlots. All right.
I'm gonna grab Jeremiah 6:2 and grab what's that, Hosea? What's that in Hosea that he like to harlots?
I think it's okay. Might find it. I think it's 3. But I can look at it.
Or is it Hosea 12? I don't know.
That's all right. I'm about to get it.
But this is Jeremiah 6:2. It says, I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. All right. So basically saying that so-called Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, including the speckled bird, that father's line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The Lord likened you into a delicate and comely woman. All right. That's why if we got to be careful about how we talk to you. All right. Because you get offended. All right. Because you have been indoctrinated by these false philosophies Esau has casted down on you. Okay. So through that, all right, there's a certain way we got to approach you. There's a certain way that we have to speak to you, because
Take it over to the touchdown.
Yeah, it's like it's
Double check to see that.
yeah, we good now.
Good.
Yeah, we still on.
All right, Salaki, about that. We're gonna go ahead and get back into it. All right, go ahead. Yeah.
So
Start at 14.
this is Hosea 4:14. I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom, nor your spouses when they commit adultery. For their selves are separated with hoes, and they sacrifice with harlots. Therefore, the people that do it not understand shall fall.
For all the abominations that Israel has committed unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all right, we have to answer for. All right, even our daughters, all right, even our wives, all right, they still have to answer for their atrocities. But this is talking about, if you read up in verse 13, it's talking about them doing sacrifices in the groves and incense and burning incense unto what is that? Owl. At Bohemian Grove or whatever.
Yeah, the same owl that you know.
Yeah.
It's the same owl that you know is Drake's emblem.
Right.
Yeah, OVO.
OVO, the OVO owl. You know.
Right.
That's a Illuminati sign.
Yeah, to
Like the knowledge.
Yeah, because they can see all things. They
Yeah.
see in the night.
Right,
They see all things.
and the wisest, you know, animal, you know, is the so-called serpent. All right, which is Esau, Edom. All right, going down to Ezekiel, you know, which says thou art wiser than Daniel.
No,
So
I got that.
you know, if you got it, pull it out, man. You know, we're not dealing with no dummies, man. At the end of the day, like the Edomites have used their technology, which was the gift of the sword, which was their blessing, you know, to take over this world, man. That's why they've been able to capitalize off of their technology, man. And Daniel was a wise man, right? He was wise in mathematics and so on and so forth.
I'm about to go ahead and actually read from chapter.
And you can
20.
read down on that
Yeah.
because there's a lot of information.
I'm gonna read 28. I'm gonna start at the top of 28 on down. All right. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 28, and verse 1, and it reads: "The words of Yahweh came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith Yahweh the power, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am God. I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man and not God."
Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, had to humble himself right there. Hey, that's going straight into, I got this right here. Isaiah, the 14th chapter, exactly where they say that, Let me grab that real quick. Isaiah 14, let me get there. Isaiah 14 and 14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Okay. Hey, let me read down one more. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
God. Hey, so Yahweh Shai said, you'll be brought down to the hells and the sides of the pit. Right? You won't be able to do nothing.
Right, and these Edomites, during these latter days, all right, especially when those nuclear ICBM missiles hit, all right, they're gonna be hiding in them bunkers, all right, and really hell means under the ground,
Hey, and I'm gonna go ahead and continue on at the break in chapter 28, verse 2. And it reads, "Yet thou art man and not God, though thou set thy heart as the heart of God. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches and hast gotten gold and silver unto thy treasures." All right. And once again, hey, who did Yahweh Bashim Yahushai say? All right. Salakia. He's going to try his what? His elect as gold and silver in the fiery furnace. So this is talking about physical gold, all right, but spiritually accepted as holding the Israelites in captivity.
Hey, what did it also say? I believe that's Ezekiel. They shall cast out their gold and silver into the street.
God,
because this monetary system ain't gonna be worth nothing.
Hey, you're already starting to see that.
Yeah.
All right, it's on a rapid decline day by day. All right, hey, check by check.
This economy messed up right now.
All right. Continuing on, verse 5 is Ezekiel chapter 28 and verse 5, and it reads, "By the great wisdom and by the traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches." All right, and there's nothing more prideful, and no one more prideful than Esau Edom. All right, the so-called white man. All right, especially let him have some money over you to put you in a lower estate. All right, a lower case. All right, he doesn't have to be. Let him not be in the same housing issue. All right, even when he's in the same housing, he still has pride over you. Right? Because he has that privilege. All right? That privilege that is spoken so widely about these days. Okay?
Right, and really it's that white privilege. What was really taught to you, was that white was good and black was bad. All right? And that wasn't even brought up until the 1600s or 1700s.
Yep.
Which was a social construct. All right? That's why these same devils, that the Bible speaks of, has a problem with critical race theory. That's why they don't want it taught in their public school, because all their school system is just a reiteration or a foreshadowing to the
atrocities.
to the atrocities, but the prison, the penitentiary system.
All right, so then it's like the indoctrination.
Right.
All right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's the first step to the indoctrination of your children in their minds.
Right.
All right. Taking the fathers out of the home, sending the mothers to work, reversing roles. All right. There's nobody to raise your children but these damn devils. All right. And the devils are continuing. Hey, those of you who were born in the 80s, you got safety kids. All right. Having safety kids, most of them niggas is in jail.
Right.
All right.
What do they tell you? When you in the penitentiary system, they tell you when to eat. When you can use the bathroom. All right. When you could go to sleep.
I was just watching Shawshank Redemption this morning. All right. He said, "Hey, you eating shit when we tell you to eat and shit." All right. It's a continuation on how they continue to put you in this mind state. All right. They keep you locked from the womb.
Right.
All right.
And then when you get out the penitentiary system, for those of you brothers that have gotten that blessing,
God.
that redemption from that hell, okay, what happens? You don't even know how to live your life.
God.
Right back in.
Hey,
Right.
hey, that's the institutionalized.
It's like on like on Blow. Okay.
God.
He gets back out, but all he did was get wiser in wickedness.
God.
All right. He learned how to bypass the system, because all these devils and the top Edomite, all right, knows how to bypass all the laws. Okay.
Hey, Once again, now the difference between Blow and Shawshank Redemption. All right, here it is. Esau Edom, hey, finessed and finagled his way all the way out. All right, until he made that great escape.
Right, and Jake always been that scapegoat.
God.
Okay, you know, if you look at from you know, the drug lords in Colombia,
God.
all right, to, you know, whatever else, you know, American gangster, you know, Frank Lucas, all right, to Freeway Ricky Ross, the real one, all right. He's always been the scapegoat, somebody that they could put all this this punishment on.
Right.
You know, when when on the you know, behind the scenes, you know, these Edomites, you know, the government, you know, first and foremost, the government was benefiting off of everything that these wicked ass Jakes were doing.
Hey, that's why Frank Lucas had it on military planes. All right, there's higher up, and that general or that captain had to answer to somebody.
Right.
All right.
You know, that television series tells you almost everything right there.
God.
They were funding other wars. You know, those
But that's America's MO.
Those economical economic hitmen.
That's America's MO. Rape, robbery, and murder. All right. That's what America was founded off of. America was founded off of rape, robbery, and murder. Okay. You have men, and chiefly men, who were fighting for this country from generations. All right. And then half of them get out of the military and don't want nothing to do with America. All right, because they understand that they're there for somebody's privatized war. Okay.
Yeah, I got this right here. This is gonna change. Look, you're gonna switch topics, but this is Isaiah 13:1. It says, "The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles."
Hey, that we may go into the gates of the nobles. Albert Rogers, how we be those men. All right, out on the highways and byways, proclaiming the truth of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai in the judgment of this fucking queendom. Matter of fact, you didn't change it because I got a script. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, and verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound the alarm. Sluck it. And sound the alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land, sluck it, of the land tremble. For the day of Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
Right. And the day of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to hit specifically on the United States of America, okay, which is Babylon the Great.
God.
All right, because of all the atrocities, the wickedness that's going on around here. See, you have to consider that America has pushed their wicked doctrine upon all their nations, upon this world.
God.
All right, that's why they have a what is it, westernized philosophy.
God.
All right, that's why the people in Afghanistan or the Middle East, okay, they don't believe what the Americans believe. That's because they're wicked.
Right.
All right, they don't push, you know, this homosexuality. They don't push, you know, blaming, you know, false accusations when you know, on terrorist threats, when they were their own terrorists. Okay.
It was an inside job from the beginning.
Right. They had you scared of the Taliban, you know, when they were really the Taliban.
Right.
All right.
Hey, every war that America has been in has been constructed, has been funded by them.
Right. And to take into consideration that as long as America's been established as a sovereignty nation, all right, 90% of the time they've been in war. 92% of the time.
92% of the time America has been in war. That's only 6% of the time in peace. Right? Hey, and that's not even true peace. All right.
Hey, that's why the third woe cometh quickly, as it say in the scriptures. Okay, and the third woe is the third world war. All right, and that's gonna lead to the lake of fire when America gets hit with what uh,
200 million.
200 million,
200 million,
ICBM missiles.
200 million, 200,000.
Yeah, 200 million
I can't say.
ICBM missiles, and that's pertains to Revelations 9 and 16.
God.
Okay,
All right. Hey, I'm not done.
continue.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 2. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. As the morning spread among the mountain, a great people and a strong, and strong. There hath not been even the like, neither shall by any more after it, even to the year of the many generations. All right, so Yahushua is going to make sure that the day, his day, the day that Yahweh sends his only begotten son back, is going to be a day like no other.
Right. First of all, he gonna block out the sun with these chariots. Hey, with what the world calls these UAPs or UFOs. Okay, he gonna block out the sun with one chariot, the one that he's coming out on. Okay. Hey, behold the Lord coming with clouds. Go ahead.
This is Amos 5, starting at 18. Woe unto them. Let me start over. Woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. To what end is it for you?
What end is it for you? Woe unto you. All right. How does that make you happy? All right. If you're not a so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American out here on the highways and byways, men of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Abaratazah, we be those men doing the work. All right, and have the faith and believe on the testimony of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Woe unto you. All right. Because Yahweh Shem Yahushai has come with death, famine, and destruction.
Right.
All right?
And go into what woe means.
Hey, woe is for your destruction.
Right. So it don't matter what, it says woe unto you. Read that again.
Amos 5 and 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. To what end is it for you? The day of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is darkness and not light.
Right. So woe unto you. What is your end? All right. The day of the Lord really means, what is the end of you? Okay. And what does it say in 2nd Esdras, the 5th chapter? It says, make no turn to turn into the Lord. All right.
Is the end game.
Right. Ultimately, you gotta get yourself right before Yahweh Shem Yahushai comes back. And this is what we are preaching for the elect of Israel, because we already know, these 2/3 ain't gonna get it. All right. These other people that think everybody else and their mama can be saved. All right. We're not for that. All right. We're preaching the exact opposite.
Right.
Right. And that's why there's a problem. All right. Because the world didn't accept Yahweh Shem Yahushai when he came down in the flesh. Okay. They're not going to accept us.
No.
For when a country doesn't receive its own prophet. All right. I know you got more on that, right?
Yeah, you keep going.
19. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into a house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him.
So when you thought you were going to escape, you like, oh, I just barely, I made it out. I'm good. I made it to the house. I made it from that lion. I made it from that bear.
Hey, Esau Edom, you made it into that bunker.
Right.
Okay.
I made it.
You got that 5-star hotel suite, back in the clefts of the mountain where you belong. Okay. Hey, this gonna hit you. Right? Because the elect of Israel, the 144,000 and Yahushua and the Elohim gonna come back, knocking on that door.
Are you there yet?
Right? Because y'all ain't gonna be here. Y'all reserved for the first fruit.
God, y'all, hey, the upper echelon, all right, of these nations is gonna make it. All right, you're gonna make it because you're gonna be the first fruits of slavery.
Right. The elites of
chiefly Esau Edom.
Right.
All right,
But-
chiefly, first and foremost, Esau, Edom. All right, but hey, you other nations, all right, because you have to answer for the atrocities that you committed unto Yahweh by Shem Shai's image, name, and his people.
Right, because the angels gonna do all the sifting,
God,
and they gonna show, they gonna put a so-called black man that look like a black man, and he might be one of the first fruits.
God,
All right, because right now we don't have the knowledge or the discernment to say. We know who the wicked is, or the so-called white man, but we don't know, specifically who and where. We just know that they took a part of it.
God.
The wicked cover the face of the earth. If not,
Yeah, who's the judge thereof?
who is he?
Right.
Okay. If not, who is he?
Hey,
All right.
it goes back.
And when you look at it like these people coming out like Yuval Harris and these wicked Elon Musk and these other people pushing this new world order. All right, you look at them and see the pride of them. All right, you can tell right off bat.
Hey, and don't remember, this is not a so-called black or white thing. All right, you could be an Edomite, you could be a chocolate-covered Edomite and be a tear.
Right.
All right, your father could be Esau, Edom, but your mother is Judah. All right, and all right, yeah.
That president, he had a son with a slave, and he found out that was his pops.
All right, and then you take on the look of a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American. All right, but your father's line goes back to Esau, Edom, or any other heathen nation.
That's why I said.
All right, so it's not a race-based thing. It's a bloodline thing.
That's why I said the spirit bear witness.
God.
And what it also say? What's that scripture in John? Let's say that try the spirit by the spirit.
God.
All right, because there's a lot of Israelites in all these other nations. And that's what everybody gets so offended from by the truth. Okay, but you missed the whole concept. Okay, you missed the whole concept that you could be a part of this too, but you're not one of these main so-called bywords. All right, that's where you get messed up at.
Right.
Okay, you get offended by it, but that was a stumbling block unto you.
God, so you wouldn't receive the truth.
Right.
All right. Hey, this is, matter of fact, this is gonna be the book of Amos. It's the book of Amos. I'm gonna start at. Hold on, stop it. I think I missed it. I'm gonna start at 9. Book of Amos, chapter 8 and verse 9, and it reads, "And it shall come to pass in the day, saith Yahweh, power, that I will cause thee sun to go down at noon, and I will darken the earth in the clear day, and I will turn your feast into mourning, and all your songs into lamentations, and I will bring up sackcloth upon all loins, and baldness upon every head, and I will make it as the morning of an only son, and the end thereof as a bitter day." All right, so Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai said he will turn your joy, all right, the land of mirth that you're in right now, all right, he will turn it into mourning, right? He will put sackcloth upon you, all right? Everybody will bow down, everybody will be in a bad case, all right? Just as you're seeing now, hey, this shit is getting bad, okay? So it is in Vegas, all right, in Nevada. It said, I read an article, it says we have 40 days left of water. Okay.
I brought that out, I think a couple weeks ago.
You brought it out 50 days ago.
Right.
Now we on the countdown.
They said 50 days was on the count. All right, but I bet you not one of these people, not one of these people considered that,
God.
or even looked up the news. All right, 40 days before clean water is out.
Right.
Here in Vegas. What you think about that? You think it's fake? You don't gotta believe us.
And there's an article. Look it up. All right.
Actually, it was on the
Do
news.
your own
Yeah, it was on the.
research.
Hey, do your own research.
It was on-
Vegas is supposed to run
Okay.
out of water in 40 days. All right. So how much more have a bad case and a bad time you people gonna be in? All right. You don't have no protection. All right. You don't have no resources. Okay. Because hey, when the water dries up, all right, you live in a desert.
You might go look at that dog, to be the same source of water that you need.
God.
All right. I don't know if you got kids or whatever, but that's the type of mentality people gonna start taking when shit gets rough.
God. Hey,
All right? This ain't no game.
we gonna let the dog go because we can't afford to give the dog water.
Right.
All right. And hey, that dog becomes a wild beast.
Y'all gonna be starting to drink your own piss.
God.
Okay.
Hey, continue on down. This is the book of Amos, chapter 8 and verse 11.
It's like, and these people look at us like we crazy, but really, y'all not having this truth. Y'all the crazy one.
God. God. Hey,
Y'all
this
the
is
crazy one.
the book of Amos, chapter 8 and verse 11. And it reads, Behold, the day cometh, saith the Lord, not Slakia, the power that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst, Slakia, nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the word of Yahweh. All right. The reason you're gonna thirst, all right. Not only is there gonna be a thirst of water and bread, all right, but there's not gonna be anybody to tell you what's going on. All right. Here it is. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has his men out on the highways and byways. Abaratazah, we be those men, all right, proclaiming and telling you, all right, telling you what's coming up. All right. Like the brother said, there's articles in the paper. All right. It was on the news that Vegas has 50 days, 40 days left of water. How much more when it's 5 days left of water? When will you start believing it? All right. When you're fucking thirsty. All right. When you're thirsty out there and you ain't got nothing to drink, your kids ain't got nothing to eat. All right. Then it may be too late. All right. Because Yahweh Shem Yahushai is calling out unto you, Israel. It don't matter about any other nation. All right. But hey, yeah, I would make a suggestion to you, no matter what nation you're of, is get your shit together.
Right.
All right. Get your ducats in order.
Right. Especially if this word, resonates with you.
God.
That's the spirit that we looking for. We ain't concerned about nobody else, just somebody that hears. Hey, as it says in Matthew 13:13, blessed are the ears that hear and the eyes that see. Okay, Yahweh Bashimi Al-Shai knew that he had he knew who would go against him from the beginning.
God.
He just had to be long suffering like his father, man.
Hey, did Yahushua not have a disciple amongst him who he knew he was going to betray him? All right. Did he know Judas was going to betray him? And then he told him. All right. So let me get. I'm gonna go to 9. I'm gonna go to 9 and 9 right quick. For Slakia, this is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 9. For lo, I will command, and I will shift the house of Israel amongst all nations, like a corn is shifted in the sheaf, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. All right. So Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai is going to shift the whole world. All right. Looking for his elect out of every single nation. All right. That looks like the other nations. All right. His heritage is unto him as a speckled bird. Okay. Like the brother was saying earlier, you're not receiving the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai either because it's not for you or because it's blocked. Right. So Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is having a shifting process through his nation. All right. Whether you're a speckled bird or whether you look like a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American. All right. So that the 2/3 and the 1/3, all right, are being shifted. He's shifting the nation of Israel for that 1/3.
So read down on that.
God.
Read down on that, because we gonna get
Yeah, I was just about
to
to.
the judgment.
God.
The judgment of these other nations that don't believe on this, man.
And continue
Or,
on.
of our own people that don't believe.
God. And it continues, verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword.
Hey,
Which say
hold up. All the sinners, all right, of my people, because you can only be a sinner if you're of Israel. All right, because Israel was given the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, so we got to break that down. All right, to be a sinner, you got to be an Israelite. All right, to be a sinner, you have to go against what is it? What is sin?
Hey,
All
the
right.
transgression of the law.
Right. So sin is transgression of the law. You have to be given the law in the first place. Okay, and that lets you know who the Israelites are. Okay, so but what? All the sinners of the land are gonna be desolate. That's why ain't none of you 2/3. All right, ain't none of you 2/3 who believe, in so-called Jesus Christ and so-called God, who believe on the Bible. Y'all ain't gonna make it. Hey, the angels gonna take you out. The plague, the chariot of fire, the sword is Esau, Edom first and foremost. All right, the destruction from the ICBM missiles. All right, the modern day gun. All right, the police. All right, they gonna take your ass out.
All right, I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna start from the top again. Book of Amos, chapter 9 and verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. In the day, verse 11, in the day will I rise up the tabernacle of David. And that's what you're seeing right now. All right, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is rising up the tabernacle, his people, the house of David. All right, the elect, the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel, and then the multitude of the 1/3. All right, but it starts with the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the elect of Israel.
Pertaining to Zechariah, it starts with the tents of Judah.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm gonna start 11 again. This is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 11. In that day will I rise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins and will build it as in the days of old. So Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is returning his nation back into their memory. All right, giving them memory to call back the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
To power, man.
God. All right, so we can return.
Right, because David, he was what? He was slaying Edomites. Okay.
God.
He was a power not to be messed with.
Hey,
right?
he said, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai said he would make his name great amongst men of the earth. All right.
And really, David was making Yahweh Hashem Yahushai's name great.
God.
That's why these other nations feared him as Al-Shaji.
Demon-like power.
Right.
All right.
Just like how Joshua came into the promised land, took over Jericho.
God.
All right. Hey, but as it says, even greater miracles are we to do. Okay.
All right. And this is just a bonus right here. Verse 12, and it reads, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all of the heathen. A remnant of Edom and all of the heathen, which are called by my name, saith Yahweh, that doeth this. All right, so Yahweh Hashem Yahushai said, not only are we his special, peculiar treasure, a people unto himself, all right, that he's going to give us all of the nation of Edom, the so-called white man, woman, and child, and the rest of the heathen nation, whether you be Chinese, African, Cantonese, Blackanese, it doesn't matter. All right, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai says, all you heathens.
All right, go through the father's line first and foremost. Right. So it don't matter if your father is a so-called Chinese man, all right, you don't get judged with the heathen.
God.
It don't matter if you half black. It don't matter if your mom is black, all right, because potentially, really, she is sellout. God. All right, she slept with the ops. She slept with the ops.
God. Hey.
Now these other nations, hey, that's a blessing onto them. That they kids, okay, so if the so-called white woman slept with a so-called black man, that's a blessing unto her. Right. That she is she done made her own kin a part of the Prince of Power, a part of Yasharallah. It's a blessing. But on this side, hey, what we looked at? Proverb, byword, and astonishment. All right.
Revelation 13 started at 9. If any man hear an ear, let him hear. He that leaveth into captivity should go into captivity.
God. Hey, those who led into captivity, those who led the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans into captivity are going to go into captivity. All right. Historically, if it was the Chinese man, all right, if it was the so-called white man, if it was the so-called African, all right, you're going to go into captivity. This is thus saith the Bible. All right, you ain't got to respect it, believe it, you can deny it. It doesn't matter. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to make sure of it. Go ahead and read it from the top.
Real quick, you know, all these other nations had a hand in the affliction.
God.
Or they actually furthered the affliction. Right, and going into Psalms 83. But you know, even though Jack is spread out, you know, you can look at that movie Hotel Rwanda. All right, there was a separation between
the Houthis and the Tutsis,
right,
or something like that.
Nigerian.
Yep.
Right, because Nigeria holds a lot of Israelites.
Read it from the top.
This Revelation 13 and 10. He that leaveth in captivity should go in captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints.
Because he who killeth with the sword must be killed by the sword. All right, and that's for multiple reasons. Hey, you take it back to what the Christians say. Oh no, that's Old Testament, an eye for an eye. All right, the law wasn't done away with. All right, we're under grace and mercy. All right, the law was never done away with. All right, so you killed with the sword, you must be killed by the sword. All right, because you defiled the land with our blood. All right, you defiled the land on the shores over here of America, especially with the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans' blood. All right, so you must pay it back in blood. Go ahead, pull it, no holds barred.
I got something else.
Pull it.
Let me find the ones I wanted.
No, pull it. The Spirit had you on it. Pull it. Take him out. All shots fired. Emptying the clip.
Zephaniah 2 and 10. It says, "This shall they have for their pride, because they have reproached and magnified themselves against the people of the Lord of hosts."
So this is what you shall have.
Right.
All right.
Hey, the Lord of hosts is the Israelites.
God.
The people of the Lord of hosts is the Israelites.
And this is what you're gonna have for the pride.
It says, "The Lord will be terrible unto them, for he will famish all the gods of the earth, and men shall worship him, every one from his place, even all the isles of the heathen."
So all you heathen, and your false religions, all right, and your false idols. Yahweh Shai is gonna throw your idols down, all right, and then at the end of it all, you still gonna call upon his name.
Verse 12, "Ye Ethiopians, also ye shall be slain by my sword, and he will stretch out his hand against the north and destroy Assyria," that's the so-called white man, "and will make Nineveh a desolation and dry like a wilderness." Let's talk about America, Babylon the Great. All right.
All right. Hey, so Yahweh Shem Yahushai makes a difference. All right. He makes a difference in who his people are. All right. He clearly stated, hey, you Ethiopians. All right. He pointed somebody directly out right now. He pointed Tyree out. All right. So it goes to show you that Yahweh Shem Yahushai is not a respecter of persons. All right. He only has respect for himself first and foremost. All right. For his only begotten son and his nation. All right. His word will not return unto him void. All right. Do what he says first, and then everything will fall in line. Okay. And everyone. All right. You don't have to believe it once again. This is the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai bringing it unto you.
What's they further the affliction?
Yeah. I got to look it up. So.
We're gonna load that. So here's phone though.
All right, so Yahweh Shai, hey, has a difference. He has a people, he has a nation that he has chosen. All right, and set above all people. All right, you don't have to like, you don't have to like the message, but nevertheless, it's the message. All right, it is the good news. It's the good news for those who belong to the bloodline of the nation of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the speckled bird who looks like the so-called white man, African, Chinese man, Hindu man, all right, doesn't matter. If your father's line goes back to a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, you are of the children of Israel. Okay? The difference between.
This is Zechariah. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
This is Zechariah 1:15, and I'm gonna see if I gotta read this. Zechariah 1:15, and I am sore, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease.
Yahweh Shem Yahushai said he's very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. All right? He's displeased with you because you built yourself up. You puffed your pride up, all right, to put yourself above more than what you are.
You join hand in hand with this devil, to inflict hell upon, this 12 tribe chunk right here.
God, hey, if you go ahead, and then I'm gonna have you go back to something. You can drop it. You can drop
on that, but all these other nations, all right, outside of Israel, have furthered, and it's gonna say it right here, but have furthered the affliction, of the 12 tribes of Israel, which is the so-called black man, all right, the Negro, Latino, and Native American, all right, and y'all gonna have to pay for that, all right, y'all gonna have to suffer the consequences, with 1,000 years of slavery, okay, and with the destruction of Babylon. And we get I'm gonna grab Revelations 18 real quick, after this. And this is Zechariah 1:15, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen. Now the heathen, all right, is anybody outside of this 12 tribes chart, all right, whose father's line goes back to a so-called heathen nation, all right, and pretty much the heathen nations were an unclean nation, that didn't believe in the law, statutes, and commandments because they weren't given the law, statutes, and commandments. They go back to so-called Africans, the so-called Chinese, which is Moab, so-called Amalek, which is the Jewish, okay, the Germans, any type of Edomite, the Japanese, and so on and so forth, okay, because the other dark-skinned nations, you could bring that up in what's that, the Zondervan dictionary. The other nations out of Ham, that were dark-skinned came out of Ham, all right, but they weren't Israelites, all right. And starting at the break, it says, "For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction." Now pertaining to Psalms 83, all right, 1 through about 4, all right. These other nations, were confederate, which means they had ties to Esau, Edom. That's why when they come over to America, the land of Babylon the Great, as the Bible speaks of, they were joined hand in hand.
Hey, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said he was a little displeased. All right, it goes to show you, hey, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is merciful.
Right, and,
right?
And at the end of the day, he don't really care about you.
Right.
All right.
And hey, and this is what it is too. All right, he's merciful unto his nation, and he wants everything to be done in order. All right, I have the brother pull this.
Hey, Saki, in Zephaniah 3, it says, you afflict the apple of my eye.
God.
Okay. Hey, that's why he's really mad at you.
This is why it's gonna go into. All right, and then I want you to pick back up on
This is Genesis 27, starting at 29. Let people serve thee, and the nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let the mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curses thee, and blessed be he that blesses thee.
All right, so Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said, hey, cursed be everyone that curses thee, and blessed be everyone that blesseth thee.
Right.
All right. So if you're out of order, you other heathen nations, all right, and not giving your praise and your diligence unto Yahweh Shai and his people, all right, therefore you are cursed. All right. This is why your affliction is going to happen, because you chose to go hand in hand with Esau, Edom. All right, pursuant to Psalms 83. All right, be on that one accord. All right, trying to take out the name of Israel so that it'll be remembered no more. Okay, you can go ahead and follow back up on that.
That was it on that. You know, they held forward the affliction.
I thought you had another.
I got
one.
something else. Yeah. This is Revelation 18.
I just wanted to bring that out, just to, through the spirit, to really show.
18 and verse 3. It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
All nations. Hey, every single nation on this planet has helped forth the affliction of the nation of Israel.
They're indoctrinated by Esau.
Yeah, it happened. Hey, and the most recent was Afghanistan.
Right.
All right. The Middle East over there drunk that Babylonian juice. All right. Women went ahead and bucked the fuck out, and everybody got upset.
Hey, and what they say after America left, Joe Biden, he pussied out.
Right.
Really, he really pussied out and took all the troops. He left all the shit there, all the weaponry, really.
Hey.
So
they up for war.
Right. But on ourselves, right? But he done ran away. Okay, pretty much deconstructed everything that these past 3 presidents have done. Okay, and then what did Afghanistan say? They said that during that time was worse than slavery.
Right.
All right. So they gonna come back on you.
Exactly. Hey, this Yahweh Shai is just in all his way and all his judgments. All right.
He's gonna come back.
Right?
These Middle Eastern.
They hold a grudge.
Right. They holding that grudge. Rightfully so. From and that spirit is which is the spirit that's put on all human beings is from Yahweh Shai himself.
God. Hey,
to further his prophecy.
God, hey, and that nation is a nation they're a nation of warriors.
And that's a prime real estate.
God.
They live in prime real estate. So hey, Yahweh Shai has them no hold bars. What did Biden just do? He just took out one of their leaders, right?
Yeah. Another one.
Another one.
And another one.
Another one, right? How many times do you think that's gonna fly with them?
Hey, here it is. It's even the women in the Middle East are calling for war. All right, are calling for war against this bitch over here, Babylon, aka Sodom and Gomorrah, aka Rome 2.0, aka America. All right, Yahweh Shai is about to do away with this place. All right, here you go.
This is Revelation. I'm gonna start back at 18 and 3. It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. That wine is the philosophy. All right, that strange woman, which really is the philosophy, this Western philosophy that a woman can be with another woman. All right, a man doesn't, a woman can usurp authority over a man. All right, everything that the flipping of upside down that these Edomites have done. All right, that's the wine of her fornication, her being Babylon the Great. Verse continuing on, it says, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. So that's everybody else, everybody else that's in rulership, over these other countries. It says, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich thorough the abundance of her delicacies. So what? In America we have what Chinese, Africans, so on and so
We're
forth.
a melting pot.
Yeah, it's the great melting pot. All right, every other country comes over here and benefits, off the enslavement of Jacob. All right, verse 4, it says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plague.
Hey, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, hey, directed us and commanded us to come out of it. All right, he directed and commanded the 1/3 to come out of this hellhole. All right, hey, that's why he said he would stir up our pure mind, put us back in remembrance. All right, so we can call upon his name. Hey, ask for repentance, try to seek salvation. All right, through the will and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right. Matter of fact, can you get Lamentations 1 and start at 18? Matter of fact, we're going to drop down, go to 2. We're going to keep that going. We're gonna keep that spirit.
Lamentations 2 and what?
2, start at 1.
2 and 1. It says, how hath the Lord covered the daughter of Zion with a cloud in his anger?
All right, so Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is covering the daughter of Zion with a cloud in his anger. All right, because once again, 2/3 of our own nation have committed atrocities unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, and therefore those 2/3, as well as the 1/3, are being punished. The 1/3 are being chastised. All right, and will get released from their punishment. All right, but the 2/3 will continue to be punished unto death.
Right, and then come through the ones of the elect.
God.
And that's why we really not tripping off of who received this word or not. You know, it's vexing, nevertheless. But hey, you know, if we really liked you in a carnal sense, hey, you gonna be my son. Hey, you gonna be my my grandson in the grand scheme of things. Hey, and you're gonna be righteously in order too.
Hey, that's all I wanted on that. But if you could go to jump over to 3 and 42.
This is Lamentations 3 and 42. It says, "We have transgressed and have rebelled; thou hast not pardoned."
We have transgressed and rebelled. So Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has not pardoned us. All right, he's pardoned the elect. Abaratazah, we be those men. All right. Hey, we are of the hopeful elect. All right, we're out here on the highways and byways giving our due diligence. Abaratazah, that we receive grace and mercy. Okay.
Hey, you know, just to back that up, you know, 2 Ezra 14 and 35.
After we jump on, after we get that, just because the MOTP.
So 2 Ezra 14 and 35 says, "For after death shall the judgment come."
God, hey, the judgment. All right, and who's that judgment going to be for? The judgment is going to be for the entire earth. All right, but chiefly for the nation of Israel. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, are going to receive that first judgment. All right, that first go around. Okay, those ICBM missiles are for a lot of you Jakes. All right, they're going, hey, they're going to heat seek your ass. All right, because you're gonna have a frequency on you that, hey, it's not gonna miss its mark.
It's like the Elysium. Elysium, when they have the little drones.
That's the one with Matt Damon and he has like the bionic suit.
Oh, okay. That was actually a movie I liked. That was a movie I liked from him, but
it's been a while since I've seen that movie.
Elysium was a good movie, but it shows a lot, like, end-time prophecies, and that goes into, Habakkuk 2, and I believe verse 9, where they build upon the stars. Hey, you had Yuval Harris say that.
God.
Hey, we're gonna build our own ark when this flood comes.
Hey,
the scientists. Hey, he said the scientists are gonna build their own ark to get away, which means they're only gonna be looking out for their own family.
Hey, they got all this stuff that's going on, all these unrighteous decrees, all these pestilence and everything. Hey, it's all for the end game, the bigger picture of everything. All right, so that these devils can try to perform their enterprise. Okay, here it is. The Roe v. versus Wade got overturned. Why? Because in 26 states, their birth rates are non-existent. All right, 26 states, there have been no so-called Caucasian, so-called white people born in 26 states.
And don't forget the slip of
that lady said, because white lives.
that woman, during the Trump rally said, okay, she said, this is a great victory for white lives. Okay?
Right. And why would she say that? Because her children, all right, her sons and daughters are not reproducing. All right, and they're not reproducing. Why? Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is cutting them off and making them desolate. Matter of fact, somebody get Deuteronomy 30:7. Yeah, you're a revelation. God. Right, because Yahweh Shai does not care. Right, he gave you the blueprint. He gave the blueprint so everybody can look at it, but only a few would understand it. All right, it's only for the nation of Israel. You see yourself on the sign, so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American. You could possibly be a speckled bird. All right.
The dog catcher, can be better in.
God.
You're gonna be stewing up wishbone. Yeah, I got it right here. You're gonna be stewing up wishbone, Airbud. You're gonna say it tastes like chicken.
That's what he tell you now.
Moab already do that type of wicked shit. Selling rats as fucking chicken wing on the stick. It look like chicken. It's fried. We put enough seasoning on it. You ain't gonna know the difference. But shit. Hey, during this time of famine and everything, people gonna be looking at that as the delis. But if you got the faith, and believe on Yahweh Shai, hey, he's gonna provide everything for you.
He said, "My servant shall eat,"
and it's gonna be clean food. Okay.
Doves, hey, grasshoppers, cricket, whatever it is, it's gonna be lawful unto Yahweh Shai.
May not be exactly what you wanted. He might even pour down some manna from the heavens.
Hey, Yahweh Shai, hey, he said, "You will do greater miracles than I."
Right, he might have
a
brother bring you a T-bone steak.
God, he might give you a lamb and a rooster.
And he could have an Edomite hand you over a steak.
God,
okay, it takes the steak.
Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy 30:7. It says, "And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemy, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee."
God. Because so once again, as that lady said, it's a great victory for white lives. Hey, it doesn't matter. You think it's a great victory, but these curses are starting to cling unto you. All right, here it is that your heritage or your people, all right, have controlled this opioid pandemic, all right, how far does opium go back? How long has it been in America? All right, God, it goes back. Opium was sold in Sears, all right? It was sold as that tonic, all right? That's what those wives were drinking on, all right?
But look how out of control, these Edomites done push every drug, every drug upon Jacob.
God.
Crack.
But now it's returning unto their own people. That's why you got all their children that all they want to do is pop Xanax, Percocets, fentanyl. Like they don't care. All right, if it's gonna make me feel better about me or make me stop thinking about the atrocities that my forefathers have committed unto these people.
It's Matthew 24.
Right. Seek to please.
That the hearts but many shall wax cold. You know, that's starting with the with this you know the devastations and things that are going, these prophecies that are playing out. Okay, so these prophecies playing out, and they put, and Yahweh Shemi Ashai is putting hell on this earth. Okay, these people don't know how to handle it. Plain and simple. But hey, you know, Isaiah 33:6, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. Fear of the Lord is his treasure.
Hey, and that's what, hey, men out on the highways and byways, starting from Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Ramla, Apostle Rakar, all right, elders and deacons and men under them, hey, have fear in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Have fear in his judgment, all right? And, hey, and with that fear brings loyalty, respect, and love, all right? Hey, we love to do the will and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Abarat is how we be those men, counted worthy, all right? Being able to receive mercy and grace, being predestinated, all right, as the elect, all right, because we are only the hopeful elect. Okay, go ahead and pull that, and then we go ahead and break that down. Close that. You can start it.
It's Revelation 13, starting at 14. He deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they shall make an image of the beast which had the wound by the sword and did live.
God, all right, because hey, this image was here before, all right. It wasn't on such a great scale, all right, but it took over the whole world. It wasn't as filthy it is now, all right, but now this image is speaking loud and clear. All right, this whole system that is set up around the world, all right, the Western philosophy, all right, just the fucking philosophy itself, all right, any philosophy out of the truth of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is an abomination unto life itself, all right, unto the very life itself, all right. God.
Make that point. That you know that this system's been here before, okay, but that was wrong. That was Rome set up before. Now you got Rome, 7.0.
Right.
You know, it really is. You go into Second Esdras 9. You know, it says that exceedingly polluted with wickedness, okay, in this world. You know, we speaking of because of the indoctrination of this westernized philosophy, and then you go to Second Esdras 15, and it says that his hurtful works are fulfilled.
Yep.
Okay, so we know we're at the end times because look, when you look around, you see wickedness. Motherfucker, like people completely destroyed on this, that, and the third. Okay.
What is that, Mike Epps? I'm on everything.
Yeah, I'm on everything. And people have the what's that called? The are groaning, groping at noonday.
God.
Okay, not knowing whose they are and whose they belong to, and most of the people that are doing that, are the so-called Israelites.
God. Hey, Yahweh Shai, hey, he has made his nation destitute for the disobedience. All right, and this is now that our punishment and our time is at an end. All right, these curses are once again clinging unto these other nations. Okay, and we're starting to see the final prophecies wrap up. All right, it's not going to happen necessarily tomorrow.
Right, night and day.
All right,
it's not that. It's all on it's on
Yahweh Shai's time. All right, hey, no man knoweth the time nor day. All right, but he gave us signs to watch. All right, and the signs, one of the signs to watch for is this MOTB, the speaking loud and clear. All right, and hey, through the Spirit in the coming months. All right, you're going to see even more.
thing, pushed out.
subliminally and legislatively.
What we've seen, by on if you look up, the kind of thing. But if you look up that grain of rice, okay, you might find an article with Biden and in his background be a CHIP, okay, or you might see Elon Musk and the technology that he's putting on.
Right. There's a Neuralink.
Right? Everything.
Right.
Hey,
And many more.
we're in the midst of a recession and a continuing pandemic.
Hey, we're and the Israelites through the Spirit are recession and depressed. All right, we're in a Great Depression. All right, from our power. All right, we have no money. All right, our pockets have holes in it. Okay, we are here calling and crying out unto our power and asking for forgiveness for what we have done. All right, starting with Apostle Tahar, Gabar, Ramla, and Rakah, the apostles of Great Millstone, and the men that teach the same doctrine and follow after the orders of the true leaders in the nation of Israel. All right, giving the unadulterated, complete truth, whether you care to like it, you hear it or not. Fuck your smooth things. All right.
That's right.
Go ahead and read it.
15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak.
Hey, and it's speaking loud and clear. All right. Once again, hey, through the legislative side, through the subliminal side, and through the blatant slap in the face. All right. These three images that you can see. All right, and that you may have the eyes to understand. You have to have the ears to hear and the eyes to see. All right, but this is not even just a spiritually thing. You can look it up on a carnal level. All right, and you still can't fucking get it.
And that's the slumber that the Lord put on you. Hey, as I said, you can go to Matthew 24.
God.
All right, you go to Isaiah 20.
It's even Slaki, even I want to get this thought out. Even heathens, all right, from other nations understand. All right, even the Christians, all right, even the Bible Belt understands. All right, what is happening? All right, what is happening? But Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is chastising his nation so bad, 2/3 don't understand or do not consider. All right, so lucky. I just wanted to make that point. Hey, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is Allah Shadia. All right, even unto his own nation. All right, 2/3 of his own nation. All right, it goes to show you that he is not all sunshine and rainbows. He is not Caesar Borgia. He does not go by the name of Jeebus. All right? That was bugging me.
No, that's right.
He's got it.
2 Corinthians 2:11. Let's say you should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
We are not ignorant of the devices of Esau Edom in these other nations, but chiefly of Esau Edom. Why? Because this is the hammer that controlled the whole earth. All right?
And hey, right, same thing.
You know,
we're not ignorant to the MOTB. We're not ignorant to these
unrighteous
Maxine Waters,
decrees.
the righteous decrees. All right, we're not ignorant into these devils proclaiming that they made it to the moon and whatnot. Okay? They ain't even broke the Van Allen dog.
Hey, they made it. They made it. I seen the video.
Why was it a victory to them? That they made it past. That they did what they did.
Jeff Bezos went up to space, like
Big whoop.
yeah.
Big BFD. Okay. That ain't nothing. Hey, the glory of the Israelites going to be far more than anything that these damn devils have done. Okay, and that's what you do not consider.
Go ahead and finish that, and then actually.
Well, keep lifting your legs up. Lift the leg and your stomach.
And causes that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
All right. So if you won't bow down to this system and continue to live this this American philosophy, live in this dream, and continue to be a slave. All right. You be cut off. All right. Read it from the top again.
Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
All right. You won't exist. There is no more need for you. Hey, just as the Georgia Guidestones were destroyed, you'll be destroyed. All right.
That might have been a sign from the Most High.
Right.
All right. Now, it could have been just the Edomites, saying that,
Hey, this is us.
hey, this is it's about to get, you got to turn up. Revelation 12.
Right.
But it also could have been, hey, y'all opened up certain portals.
And
Okay.
that's
This is what you want to read. Hey, it's because it says certain. It says, that you reap what you sow. Okay, so you want to open up these new portals? Hey, how about Shem Yahshua going to show you what these new portals hold?
Hey, what's that algorithm in the computer says, like we were talking about? Hey, that computer says, hey, there's an outcome and there's something happening in the world that can't be denied. All right. Hey, there can't be denied. All right. So being that this can't be denied, no matter what happens, hey, Yahweh Shai already has the outcome. All right. So Abaratazah, we continue, in the faith. All right. We continue and endure to the end. All right. Go ahead.
16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Hey.
You're not serious.
Hey, call Allah, Yahweh Shem Yahshai for this.
It just sitting there.
Hey, Yahweh Shem Yahshai. Hey, Abaratazah. All right, he said he will call all small and great, rich and poor to receive that charagma. All right, so you won't be able to buy, sell, or trade or anything. All right, so Yahweh Shai is requiring that you steadfast. Okay, Abaratazah, we be those men and endure to the end. Okay, go ahead. That's right. Abaratazah is still there. That's it. Or you got 17. Read 17.
And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
All right. So, hey, if you're not with the system, you're against the system. Yahweh Shai is going to give you honor and glory. All right. If you are for the system, all right, Yahweh Shai is going to destroy. All right. Go ahead and pull that out, and then we can go ahead and close out.
This is a.
I just slipped in my mind. Though it means not yet seen. Though it not yet seen that you are the children. It's slipping my mind. You're right. Though it, it's lucky. I want to get this script. It's just. No, it's not yet seen. No, I think it's in Amos. Yeah, we are the children of the Most High. I can't think of it right now. You said 16. It's like it. I might just have to drop it. And it's gonna come after. It's one of those
I
ones.
can't think exactly what you're talking
Hey.
Though it may not be seen.
Though it may not seem, we are the children of the Most High.
I think you're thinking of.
I think I'm messing it up.
Yeah.
It's bugging me. I'm gonna remember it right after. Abaratza. I think it's Peter.
No, I thought I did.
We can just close out. We'll just read on this. It's slipping my mind. Salaki Akim, Renakwa. Focus out. All right. Anybody got anything? Close out. All right. Salakia, we're looking for that script and it just slipped my mind. Hey, with that, we want to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth, to the Bayashid Dabadat, the house of David. To the next time, we say Shalom, Wa Abba Baba. See if we can get it. Might be. Come on this side. So it's out of the light.
Oh yeah, it's right there.
That's great.
It says the chair. It just
Oh
been
no,
standing.
it's too high to be a helicopter.
It's too high to be a helicopter. And it's hella bright. It
Yeah.
look like this light right here.
Is it? Can you see it?
Yeah, you can see it in the. It actually look like 3 of them right there.
Yeah.
I can't see the other 3 right here though.
You go over here.
'Cause that's your pilot if it is. You know. You can see it on here. Look, if you look on the page, you can see 3 of them. I can't see 3 of them. You know.
Hey. Brakati Yahweh! Brakati Yahushai! Brakati Yahweh! Brakati Yahushai! Call low Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
From Yasharala.
From Yasharala. Shalom.